gonna always call.
Yeah, and I'm
You
like,
should know that.
When I texted her yesterday, I was expecting her to be at work. I knew she was having a tooth pulled, but she never misses work, Steve. She never.
Yeah. Well,
and even Jim, one of the lawyers, texted her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you didn't say anything to me about, missing work on Friday. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did, Mom. But she called me and I'm like, I'm mama to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to another edition of DMV SPORTS SHOW. I'm sorry I'm late, folks. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here.
No problem, sir.
Yo,
I'm sorry, Brazil.
It's okay. No worries. I'm the one supposed to be apologizing to you, but had a little technical difficulties.
I got upset, and I can't help it. She's having these migraines. I feel like she needs to see a specialist, and find out for sure, because it's driving me nuts. I know my girl, and I'm like, and I can even read even through the text, and that's how much I
know. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope she's doing well. As we always do, we talk about, Commanders, Wizards, Orioles, and so forth, NBA draft. We got a lineup, as we always say, that you wouldn't believe. So I'm going to give you what you need on your weekend. So as I just listed the sports we're going to talk about, let's start the show. I would like to say, for my tardiness, I apologize. Technical difficulties is an issue, as it always is, but I'm trying to fix it on my end. So the Commanders camp is going well on the offensive end. There's no complaints. We have weapons, folks. We have weapons. Finally, this offense is now taking off, and you can actually see it within the players that they are starting to love the KLINGSBURY theory and of the air raid. And we got air attack, we got running attack, we got tight ends, we have the whole shebang. As I stated,
all the rookies are fine.
Yes,
that's a good thing,
and it's a great thing. Even the
that is good.
Johnny.
I mean, they're starting to come together.
I like how they did Josh Daniel's contract. He got guaranteed money. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed.
But the thing about it is that everything is fine until they perform on the field. That's where the more of the money is going to be made. Here's another thing. I like how they signed Johnny Newton this past week. Even though he's hurt, they want to make sure that he's welcomed on that defense. Now, if this man comes back in this year, it's going to be a story that everybody should tell, because he wanted to make sure that his injuries are no longer the problem when he excels in this game. It just says a whole lot about what they're trying to accomplish here, and you could feel the tide turning. You could feel it's shifting in the right direction. You could feel the shift.
That's what the coach was saying. He could feel it.
Yes, but here's the problem. The offense,
and that's what I love.
The one thing I can honestly say about this offense is that you can feel like this team is going to soar and be more of a problem on the offensive end for defenses.
Yeah.
But
I'm loving that.
But we got to introduce this guy. He's one of the champions here. He's the co-host of the Enhanced Sports Show from 4 to 6. This guy is a legend in his own right, and his name is Louis Tenor. How you doing, Lou?
Thanks, Colin. And of course, I plugged you in as well.
Hey, man, always a pleasure for you to have on, and I'm glad that you plugged me in on your show too. I'm humbled in that there. But we just started out. I'm sorry I'm late, bro. But the thing that I like about this NFL season is that more of the talented players are going to show more case of their talent. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen every year. When it is for us, we get to see more and more of what we drafted tends to play out on the field. Now, as Ron, like I don't normally do, but I'm gonna tout the past regime. When Ron Rivera was here his first 2 years, you could have felt a shift change from where we were before, but and then we regressed because of the fact they didn't know what they were doing, and the majority of what they were doing was completely backwards. Now, I'm not saying Ron Rivera himself. I'm going to say Jack Del Rio was more the problem than anything else. You might blame the head coach. I don't blame the head coach on a third of what was happening. I blame Jack Del Rio because majority of what we were trying to accomplish was called sustain a lead. If you don't sustain a lead in the NFL, you ain't going nowhere. And your defense has to be the backbone of where you're trying to be at. And Jack Del Rio had no clue what he was trying to do. I'm gonna put them out there and let them play. Okay, you can let them play, but you gotta coach them up because if he's out of position, right? If he's out of position, how is he gonna go to the scrimmage and block somebody? You can't be.
He's supposed to listen to his players.
Exactly. You can't just put everybody in zone and just hope for the best. Oh, hope he does this well. And then all of a sudden you blew a 10-point lead to a 30-point loss. It doesn't make a sense to me. It's just like, and then you go to the podium like, yeah, my guys, they tried their best. No, they didn't. No. Did you see the score? That's not a best. They just gave up at the end.
Rash.
Yeah, I mean, it's just but anyway, I'm not gonna rehash bad vibes from back then, but it just irks me,
Yeah.
So I have a question.
He was supposed to work with our head coach. He did not do that.
Well, I think they had a game plan, right? And in this game plan, they were supposed to allow the defense to control. Well, if you look at how the games were played, like against, I'll give you an example, the Giants game, when we had a home game and we had the lead, right? We had the lead, and what happened was the defense was supposed to hold. We did not hold because they kept pressing the sides. Well, Jack Del Rio said, nope, we don't change. Let's go ahead and continue on. And they kept pressing the sides. And then that's how they got back into the game. And then they saw that we were playing zone. Sure enough, 1-on-1 outside coverage. Boom. Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yep.
So when you have a game plan and it doesn't follow through, you don't switch to secondary. You keep doing what you need to do. That's Jack Del Rio's philosophy. But as you see, why Jack Del Rio doesn't need to be on the court, if you look at when he was a head coach, when he was a defensive coordinator, he did the same exact thing. That's why I questioned him, Rick Doc Walker. I said, "Is he remember Steve when I questioned Rick Doc Walker and I told him is Jack Del Rio the guy?" And he was like, "Yeah, I have no problem with him." I'm like, he was not a good head coach. He was not a good defensive coordinator because he kept losing. every single year he was there. That's why the Raiders kicked him out. He had a losing record.
Yeah. But we had that offense when they first came in. We had that, especially that defense. That we were the number 3 defense in the league the first year. But what happened is, remember we had the 2 other linebackers, and they talked so much trash against Philly and stuff, and we got rid of both of them. And I was like, that's a big mistake, you know. We didn't have linebackers anymore. Then we had number 55. He was good, but he was only one linebacker.
Well, see,
and then he went to Pittsburgh and got hurt.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He was one of our best linebackers during that Ron Rivera regime. But here's the problem: even though you touted the middle linebacker, there was also we had bookends. So he was not alone by himself. We had bookends that whole entire year. It was not their fault that they were coached poorly. It was the defensive head coach. And
actually, that's what I'm saying is when they went to the defensive coach and explained, hey, you need to switch something out here, change. He said, no, we're going to go with the same.
Exactly.
You don't do that with your players. You got to listen to them. Period.
You're right, Coach, and that was the problem of the whole regime. But the problem with them not getting to where the second level where they needed to be is because Jack Del Rio thought maybe, hey, listen, it's not me, it's them. No, it's you, because you will not change your scheme. And everybody, and here's what I kept telling everybody: if you believe it's the players and not the coach, look at the head coach years as a head coach and the defensive coordinator. You will see the pattern, and then all you got to do is go right to YouTube, and guess what? You can go to your classroom and go, listen, this is what Jack Del Rio is about. You see what he did here? This is what they're doing in DC. You see what he did here in Miami? This is what they do in DC. You see what he did in Oakland? This is what they do in DC. He took bits and pieces from where he was, and he was like, this is how we're going to play. No, you don't do that. Look at when the
other players studied those plays,
exactly,
they knew what to do when they came in.
Exactly. That's what the Giants did. That's what Dallas did. That's what the Eagles did. Well, the Eagles, they didn't care too much, right? They knew we were going to go back and forth, so that's why we kept putting up points against them, because they didn't have a really good defense. But if you look at the NFC East, all they had to do was go back to the AFC and look at how many times Jack Del Rio blown a game. Won a game, lost a game. Won a game and lost a game. Lost, won. And that's how our pattern was, right? We kept losing, but we kept losing straight through. There was no regaining or stabilizing a loss. Our season was over, right? But the only thing I fault Ron Rivera for is not checking Jack Del Rio. He kept agreeing with everything Jack did. Yeah, Jack, you did well. You really did good, Jack. No, he did not. Stop. Yeah, stop hyping this guy up. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
He
was supposed to be the head coach and say, all right, you need to get this defense right back where it belongs.
But now we got a defensive genius and his assistant, and our coach, Quinn. And don't get me wrong, that defense, again, I heard a lot about Mike Seminary, the cornerback, because, he was the captain of the Michigan defense twice, and, he scored that 80-yard touchdown in the championship game. And I watched the Redskin War Room the other day when the Cincinnati had the chance to get him, and Cincinnati needed a offensive line. So when they got the offensive line, they said, they were smiling. They like, Mike, we got you. And he was happy to come to the Commanders. All of them signed. Don't get me wrong. You don't sign a contract if you're not happy with your team or yourself or your agent and stuff.
It made the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah, all these men signed just like nothing. You know, we signed like nothing. And don't get me wrong, I'll be at FedEx Field when they play New Jets on the preseason. So I'm gonna see what kind of team you got.
So here's a good thing about what you said. That is absolutely correct. All the draftees signed. Good, great. I'm more happy about how the offense is progressing because that tells me we're going to score a lot. My thing is you want the same to reciprocate on the other side of football, and I haven't seen that lately. You understand what I'm saying? They can't. I mean, you might say they reserve. You know, they quiet. They don't want to give away too much of the playbook, but you still want to hear how the bookends are going after the players. Now, I was listening to Scary Terry's interview on the Commanders on YouTube, and they were questioning him. And I like how he said that the offense get really mad when they don't complete a play. And I'm like, okay, all right. But then he goes that, you know, they're hoping that the defense would do the same. It's competitive. So I'm thinking, wait, what? You're telling me that the defense is not competitive in stopping you? That's the problem because you don't have bookends now. Now you're trying to put Jamie Davis on the left side and use him as a rusher because you don't have rushers. This is what I've been saying. This is a huge problem.
Oh, we got rushers.
Who?
We got Dante Fowler. Remember we signed Dante Fowler. We signed the Cowboys defensive end, and then we signed. Don't get me wrong, our linebackers are elite. Okay. No. Okay. Well, hold up. Okay.
Steve, listen to what you just said. We signed rushers. We don't have the dominant rusher. We have rushers. So we're rushing by committee. Rushing by committee is not always good because the offense can pick it up. If you go against the elites, like the Kansas City Chiefs, like who's out there?
We got Tampa Bay. Eagles,
no, don't put Tampa. Don't put Tampa Bay because we're gonna beat Tampa Bay. Eagles, Eagles, Cowboys, the Steelers, you know, those guys, the 49ers, thank you. The 49ers would definitely pick us up in a package blitz of everybody, and they will make us pay. Thank you. Thank you.
Remember, we got Lou, and we got my man from Seattle. We got the guy from Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's great, bro. Okay, I agree with you, but we haven't put them together. We haven't put that together yet. Listen.
But if you look at this defense from last year to this year, it's, you know, with the free agents we signed, we are good. You know, remember, we got an A in our draft.
Big Steve, man. Listen, I'm not trying to talk over you, but I get what you're saying because you are right. Mm-hmm. On paper, we are dominant. Yeah.
I am going to say this, and y'all can. I don't. You know, Coach Foster was the best, the best defensive coach at Virginia Tech that I have ever seen. Mm-hmm. I wish to God that he could have come up to NFL because I believe he would have been awesome.
I think he would have been exactly what we needed because he was he believed in no nonsense coaching, and that's what we need. Now I'm not saying that Dan Quinn is not a defensive head-minded guy. So was Ron Rivera, but John Witt. I don't know what John Witt is about. His father was a defensive player. I get that. But when you look at what Dallas did those years with these two individuals, they were not that good.
No, they was good. What happened is they missed some. Remember, both their linebackers got hurt.
You know when we were good.
And
you know when we were good.
Yeah.
What? Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, yeah.
Taylor
But
Heineke.
don't you- we got a better, to me, we got a better
now-
quarterback.
We do have a
A
good
way better quarterback.
quarterback.
And this man,
got a good
this man is like the Jackson of the NFC. You know, this man is fast. This man, people forgot. He ran for 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns last year, along with his 4,000-yard passes and 40 touchdowns with only 4 interceptions. From high school to now, he's been the elite. Remember, he took Arizona State to a college bowl game, and then he traveled to LSU. So this young man is good as long as he doesn't get hurt or do the odd injury.
I like Jaden Daniels. Him and Michael Penix were my 1 and 2s. I'm not disappointed with who we got. I'm 100%.
He's that defensive guy that actually got an interception. From the back.
I'm
I was like, wow, yeah.
I like how we stockpile on talent. What I'm mostly curious about is how are we going to use Matthias Mathis? How are we going to use Emmanuel Forbes? How are we going to use the Jeremy Chin? How are we going to use Bobby Wagner? How are we going to use? See, I'm a defensive-minded guy. I believe defense does win games. I believe that the contribution is on offense. I don't believe that offense wins games because any offense can come back and win it by hitting a 3. When you on defense, yes, when
get that ball back.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And our secret weapon is Eckler. Don't forget him.
Oh yeah, I love Eckler. I love Eckler. This guy can really hit you in the fucking. Excuse me. Excuse. Hey, listen. I apologize. I apologize for my. This is very. I'm gonna get it Doc Pay. I'm sorry. I apologize for the for the word I used. Yeah, anyway, I apologize. My boss is he's gonna find me anyway. But this guy can actually run the football and teach you a lesson at the same time. He's like Adrian Peterson in reverse, a short stat. But this guy is exactly what we needed as a 1-2 punch on the offensive side. You got Brian Robertson Jr. and then you got Eckler. Eckler wanted to come here from day one. That's who he wanted. When Chargers wouldn't want to pay him, he wanted to come here because he knew that this team would come and get him, and he wanted to be here. This is why I said in the beginning when he got canceled out over there, hey, go get Eckler. He's right there. He doesn't want nobody else but the Commanders. Can we get him? And now Dan Quinn sees him. Now we got him. Now we're good on offense. I believe that's who, because we can now for certain keep up with the other offense because now Saquon Barkley is the Eagle. Now we can go back and forth. Yeah, but so.
Oh, that's why Atlanta got fined. Atlanta got fined for Mr. Captain Kirk, a 5th-round pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they. I mean, that's what they tried to do. They tried to sneak, and they tampered.
They fined $250,000, and then the general manager they fined him $50,000.
Well, he didn't care.
The the one that who picked Michael
Penix.
My man from Michael Penix. Yeah.
So he didn't really care. You know why he didn't really care? Because they got Michael Penix and they got Kirk Cousins. Here's the thing about this. They don't have just 2 quarterbacks. They have 3. They have Tyler Heineke.
Yes, they do.
They got Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, I got Tyler, but I heard he was. Is he left?
No.
Or is he going to stay?
He's going to leave because there's no reason to keep 3 good quarterbacks on the field if because the majority of snaps is going to go to Kirk. And if Kirk gets hurt, Michael Penix, he's going to shine. And you know that Taylor Heineke is not going to see a single sight of day. And Taylor Heineke is only there to coach Michael Penix. So you know he's not going to take a field. So why is it that...
He's going to be a great coach one day.
So, no, I just don't understand. Why would you sign him to $10 million if you know that you're going to get a rookie from the draft to be your backup? So you're in a position to coach role versus playing. So now you're going to tell him what the snap count is. You're going to tell him what the cadence is. Now you're going to tell him where to place it, the ball is. Why don't you tell him all that information? Don't get me wrong. I want him to do that, but you're not going to see the slight of day unless all your quarterbacks are hurt. And that's not who Taylor is. Taylor is a competitor. He wants to be on the field to help.
Oh, yes, he is.
And that's what I'm like, why are you treating this man like he's a secondary?
Love him too. I'm gonna tell you.
You don't misuse a guy like that. You make that guy the prime example of why you got to be on the field. When he was here, he had a 5-game winning streak. He had a 6-game winning streak. This man was going to go to have 10 wins straight. Thank you.
And that was including, excuse me, Lou, the Cowboys.
And the Patriots.
Oh, definitely the Patriots. Oh, we hated the Patriots. Oh my God.
And that's H-A-I-L, not the other one. Okay.
We get it, Coach. We get it.
Right.
But I gotta ask the panel. I was trying to ask before, but I'm gonna ask it now because now the question is getting to me right now because the urgency, the light, when the light comes on, I'm in a panic mode. But looking at the various YouTube Commanders shows here, Santana Moss, Refresh Mood, and Logan Paulson all cited that this offense of Kingsbury is very, very good on the field, and they see that they have a lot of weapons. When you go to the defense, as I stated before, they really haven't figured out a whole lot. I'm gonna go through the positions, and so you let me know if there is any concern. If not, 1, the DE, 2, the linebacker situation, the secondary, and the safeties. There are a lot of players talented on this team defensively. Is there any concern that you have of the defense? Let's start with Lou and end with Steve. Commanders.
Well, like I was saying, the defense, has been struggling. So yeah, I do see a problem with that. Your offense is fine, but your defense has been, so we say about second rate.
You hold back. You don't hold back, do you, Lou?
No, he doesn't. I don't blame him.
No. I like where he's coming from because he sees the little problems that needs to be twerked. But see, I like Lou's perception because he's actually seeing a hole in the defense. Like if I was telling him about the Cowboys, which
I agree,
the Cowboys have a lot of problems on defense, but
yes, they do.
But I don't see them going in because they're not only do they have problems on the defensive side, they have problems on the offensive side. They haven't really figured out, who their secondary number 2 is going to be. I know it's going to be Brandon Cook, but Brandon Cook can't sustain a, he got to be a slot receiver. I don't, so there's a lot of problems on the side. But I like what Lou said. What you think, Coach?
Actually, I'm thinking the same thing.
So
I'm thinking on defense, like we were talking about last weekend. We need actually, like I said, 2 at least, if not all of them.
Yes,
if you know what I mean.
Yes,
because somebody, and they've got to keep their eyes open on where that ball is going to be going.
Absolutely.
And, yes, and be right on them. I mean, read them. like I do. I read people, boy, and I'm like, okay, they gotta learn to read them, and not take their eyes for granted.
There you go. All right, Big Steve, bring it home.
Okay, I think we got everything covered but Forbes. Forbes can't be bunt like he did because remember, Brown from Philadelphia bunt him 3 times.
Oh man, so, not only Philadelphia, bro. So, not only Philadelphia.
If you don't play good in the preseason, Mike Sonny from Michigan gonna take his spot. Everything that we got covered, but I forgot our secret weapon. Our secret weapon is another McCaffrey at wide receiver. That's gonna be our third receiver, our slot receiver at the Scary Terry and Doctor. That's our secret weapon.
Okay, so here's where first let me say I love everybody's answer. I love everybody's answer and proud that that was right on point. But here's another conclusion to that. Now, for what Big Steve just said was he can't get burnt like he did when he was in Philadelphia against Brown. He got burnt with the Bears on Thursday night. Forbes got burnt. Forbes got burnt also in the New York game. Well, I mean, there's so much there because they were playing out of position. That's what happened. And then not only that, you have Fuller.
What I worry about.
I
do worry about
Kendall Fuller got played out of position. It was not Kendall's fault. It wasn't Ford's fault. It was Jack Del Rio dumb behind.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you put you cannot just put everybody on zero blitz and think they're not going to get covered. The quarterback's going to see that, and their coach is going to communicate and go, listen.
They take advantage of it.
Exactly. They're going to say, oh, he's in zero blitz. This is what we do. Just law the ball up to him. Just don't worry about it. Just law the ball up to him. He can catch it. And then what we're doing is, oh, man. They figured it out. Of course they figured it out. Stop it.
Of course they did.
Dog. Here's what I was talking about.
That's why they say you got to communicate.
Exactly. And Big Steve just touted it. He said that we play against the Jets. Now, if the Jets sees what the defense is doing and they haven't really figured out who the edge rusher is, the Jets are going to take advantage of it. Look at Miami. Miami's good now. Look what
really good now.
And they're going to see what we're doing. They're going to blow up the score. They did it at home. They like, hey, we ain't got nobody. Tyreek Hill just like, what can I do to this defense? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to punish them for thinking they can stop me. Look at the Patriots. The Patriots are just like us. If we let them win, it's because of our bad defense. And John Witt Jr. is going to be like, what can I do with this veteran and rookie team? I'm going to say this one more time. We have the best defense on paper by none. But if we don't play like it, guess what? We don't need to be in the NFL. We need to just breed these players and give them to the NFL.
It's going to be a different defensive coach, so we're going to see. We're going to see.
Remember, he created the Legion of Boom.
Okay.
Look, we got,
I agree.
We got better players than they had because nobody didn't know what Sherman was going to do until Sherman went right out and we had all the rest of them defensive backs. But they didn't remember Wagner was on the Legion of Boom, so he knows everything about it. So he's telling Lou is a tackling machine from Carolina. You got the guy from Pittsburgh that's really, he was a good tackler. They got tacklers this time.
Okay.
Remember, we had linebackers that he couldn't tackle, couldn't save your life.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm going to say to you, Big C, because I hear what you're saying, and I do not disagree with you. What I'm trying to portray to you is this important philosophy, okay? You just doubted something that I'm trying to convey. You said these linebackers before that we had couldn't even tackle a nosebleed, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Let's keep that narrative, right? Why didn't they do that?
Because they thought the defensive tackles and the defensive ends was because they were doing most of the tackling. Remember, Chase was, and then he didn't know how to coach Chase. Chase was basically a big, tall linebacker, and he could have brought him back and put Mathis if Mathis wouldn't got hurt. We had the other guy, Corfield, and we had the defensive line, but after the first season, that's when he went Georgewood Machugana on the rest of the team.
Okay.
And he just our team went from number 3 to number 28 in defense.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you one question, and I'm gonna make my point. So was that a player's problem or a coach problem?
Coach problem.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
you just started exactly what I'm talking about. If we don't have the right player in position, we're going to lose. You just said that Chase Young was more of a linebacker versus a DE. I beg to differ. That's
Exactly.
but they did play him back, and Chase couldn't cover. Chase is not a coverage type of DE. He is a middle / DE. We put him on the right side DE, which is a problem because one, they're not going to put you on the right side. They're going to try to triple team you, and they did, and they were successful. I believe Jack Del Rio was not a insider blitzer. He was supposed to have, if one player on your defense is being blocked, you bring in the safety. But they couldn't bring down the safety because they kept mistiming everything. So what you do is you bring in the corner. You bring down the corner in the slot position and cheat. Yes, folks, I said cheat because in this game you can cheat a little, but you can play off. We were honest the whole entire time, and we got burnt. Yes, other teams cheated too. So it's not like, oh my gosh, Commanders are cheating. No, they cheated too. Look what happened in the end of the game last year against the Giants. What happened? They cheated and we lost the game at home when that was a passer interference. And what did the referees do? I didn't see anything. I'm blind. Here, Bobby, come here. Put your hand over my eye.
Somebody go and give him a cactus, please.
Yeah. send them UPS style cactus. But that's my point. Now you're starting to understand what John Witt has not accomplished yet. He has not figured out what position each of the veterans are capable to do it. He even said it in his presser. He had to go to Bobby Wagner because Bobby Wagner came to him. He said, nobody's perfect. That's a problem. You cannot say on TV that, Bobby Wagner came to me and said, I need to do this. You don't need to say that to the media. They're gonna put that in. They're gonna put that in the column, and then now you're gonna give food to your opponents. Like, oh, so Bobby Wagner doesn't believe in this offense. Defense. What can we do? Let's see how they play.
Show in the country.
Exactly. Thank you, Lou. So so I'm not gonna speak. Okay, we got 10 minutes. God, this is such a good topic. But anyway, we're gonna speed through this, and I'm gonna say it like this. That's what I'm talking about. We need to have a definitive defense where we know that we can punish our opponent, and the Jets have to feel that when we play them this year. I think it's in New York. I think it's.
It is an away game.
It's on your preseason game, and I will be there in Joe Gibbs section for wheelchairs.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, Steve. If we don't show off on the first string, you can just be like, okay, I see what we're saying. But let's go ahead to go to number 2, which is the Washington Wizards. The NBA draft, folks, is in 11 days. And right now, I think it was Nico is hurt, so he's not going to go first. It's going to be either Alexander Sarr or it's going to be the Kentucky forward Dillington. I think Sarr is an answer for us because we got Tristan on the wing, which is what we needed from the jump. I have no problem with Tristan. I don't like Danny Adinejad. I don't like Bilal because nobody of these two no team wanted these two. They didn't want them. You know why? Because they're not that good. Their offense is okay. Their defense sucks. Bilal sucks. Denny sucks. Okay, maybe I'm just biased. I don't care. I'm going to say maybe I wanted John Wall and Bradley Beal back. Okay, I'm going to say it. I want them back.
Oh, my God.
But if you look at what Denny has done, you're going to tout 43 points against the Pelicans as he's coming out of his shell. No, he's not. The man lost along with the team. What, 67? What is it? 67? How many losses we had? 57? I think 19 wins, 50. Yeah, something like that. You see what I'm saying? What part of coming out of your shell? Okay, listen. I understand that he scored 43 points. So did the guy in the Pistons score 43 too. No, he scored 47. The guy in 47 with the Pistons scored. And they have a better record than us. Come on. Stop it. It doesn't make any sense. We had, and Lou, I'm sorry, but I got to say that Obi Toppin was a better player with the Knicks than we have with Denny Adinejad. And then you're getting all excited. Oh, he's an Israeli sensation. Okay. So if he was an Israeli sensation, why did he leave?
Yeah. Why would you not get your rebounds? You got to get your rebounds.
Thank you. Exactly my point. The man averaged at least.
That's what irritates me. You didn't get your rebounds.
He didn't get anything. All he did was turn the ball over. Here's the funny thing about Denny. He can score. I'm not biased. He can score. But he cannot play defense. You know, those other teams, they punked him throughout the whole entire game. They'll push him. He was like throwing his hands up. I got fouled. Okay, go get the ball back. Stop throwing your hands up.
If you got fouled, you better sink it.
Exactly. If you got fouled, you got act like your arm was pulled out your socket. You know, it's just really, really bad how. Hold on, Steve. We're gonna pause you for a moment. So it's really bad how you throw your hands up and you go, oh, I got fouled. You better act like your eye was pulled out your socket. You better act like, you know, you got hit in the jaw and your jaw's on the floor. Don't just throw your hands up like everybody think you partying. Oh, you throwing your hands up? All right, you dancing to the music. All right, Denny. No. Yeah. I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, don't do like I did. I made that mistake already.
You look so good in that picture on Facebook.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that is a good picture.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I thank you for that. I appreciate that. I had a meeting. Do you understand that the things we, you know,
for Coca-Cola?
Yeah, it was for Coca-Cola. Thank you. But if you look at this, right, I don't think Denny is the answer. I don't think Bilal. They think Bilal is, what is it? They think Bilal is the answer. Bilal's not the answer. Yeah, he could score 20 points. Okay, fine. Whoop-de-doo. Can he actually sustain a win? No, he can't. He hurt his hand. Injuries come and go. Yes, I know. But it would have been better if they went to the G League, right? If they went to the G League and they sat down and taught him how to win a championship in the G League, then you bring them back and see what they can do in the actual game. These are, if you say these are raw talent, you take raw talent and you put them in a G League, right? Look what happened with the Warriors. The guy named Livingston was with the Wizards before he became a Warrior and won a championship. Because
look what they did.
Yes,
Wow.
and that's what I'm talking about. That's how you create a game, a winning championship game. And to also bring up, look what's happening in today's finals. You have a whole bench of the Boston Celtics. These are no-name games, no-name people that they put on the bench that can actually shoot and defend. And look what happened with the Mavericks. The Mavericks took Daniel Gafford, who's with the Wizards, who went down 3-0, but came and won it in Dallas, 3-1. Now it goes back to the Celtics for them to win. Now just imagine if the Mavericks come back and beat Boston to make it a game 3-2, and they take it right back to Dallas. Man, that would be something in the sports.
I want Boston to come back.
Well, Boston's. I'm gonna have to go with Lou. Lou, what do you think? They're gonna come back or win or what?
I think they're going to be on their toes.
I think. I mean, I'm kind of up in the air. I believe there has to be a point of what is it called? A point of
The return.
Well, not just return. I mean, there's a point of shifting in the momentum. That's what I wanted to say. If there's a shift in momentum, that's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be an overtime. I think in Boston it's going to be an overtime, and it could go in. I don't know how Boston is in overtime, but if Boston is undefeated in overtime, then it's Boston. But if the edge goes to Dallas, the Dallas is going to win it overtime. I got this game going in overtime, 100%, hands down.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be definitely in overtime. I think it's going to probably. Yeah, last night, no, they got upset because they thought maybe they can cruise to it. No, Boston got
upset. They've been able to. Boston's been able to come back.
Right. But see the thing.
Last night I was like, oh.
No, the reason why they got blown out is because Boston thought they had it. They that's what they try to do with the football. No, that's what they did. They took it from granted.
Well, on that note, I will enjoy you and happy Father's Day to all, and talk again next week.
I want to thank Lou for coming in to help us with this sports analysis. Happy Father's Day to you all, and also
Happy Father's Day.
I want to say thank you.
I don't have a dad.
I know. Well, happy Mother's Day, and every mother out there who is in there as a father role, happy Father's Day to you too. All right, and I want to also say you're human first and everything second, and you're conquerors by definition. So go conquer your dreams, and also have a great weekend. And I say God bless. And I want to say we didn't get to the other stuff, but we will next week on next Saturday's show. We're going to talk about the Commanders. We're going to talk about the NBA draft and who we selected, and we're going to talk about the Commanders and Baltimore Orioles and Capitals and Campbell's Soup. Good, we got you. And we're gonna also talk about a whole level of sports. So come back and call in. And I'm gonna say, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for coming in, you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're very
Happy
welcome.
Father's Day.
All right.
God bless you.
All right. God bless you. All right. Bye. Thank you for coming in and entertaining me and having to, sit through a whole gruesome of hours of sports. Don't play. So be safe. Have a great weekend. And also come back so that way you can hear your voice and comment on the show as well. So God bless, be safe, have a great week, and peace.